Let's be honest, you've probably dreamed about how amazing it would be to learn anything instantly. Just snap your fingers and boom, you've got it. Maybe you wanted to learn how to do a flip to impress people at school and catch your 6th grade crush's attention. Or maybe it was playing guitar or piano or picking up random skills like running faster, jumping higher, or mastering that viral dance move from 2016. Basically, anything that made you the cool kid. But now, as teens or young adults, what we want to learn is often very different. These days, we usually look for something useful that benefits us in the long run. Things like business, language, tech, or sports. The problem is, most of us aren't great at learning efficiently. And honestly, it's not our fault. School mainly taught us to memorize facts for a test and then forget them right after. The moment the bell rang, everything disappeared. Learning should be about understanding, applying, and actually retaining information so well it becomes second nature. Think back to the last time you tried learning something. Maybe it was a new language, an instrument, or a skill like coding. What did you do? Chances are you crammed. You read a lot or binge tutorials, but in the end, none of it really stuck. Why? Because most of us focus too much on input, reading, watching, and listening. When really, we should be focusing on output, doing, practicing, and teaching. It's like trying to learn how to swim by reading a book about it. You may know the theory, but the first time you hit the water, you're probably going to sink. Learning is a contact sport. You've got to get your hands dirty, or in this case, wet. Let's clear something up. Not everything is equal in importance. Enter the 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto principle. It says that 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. When it comes to learning, this means focusing on the core principles that bring the biggest return. If you're learning a new language, don't stress over 10,000 words. Instead, focus on the 1,000 most commonly used words. They account for 80% of everyday conversation. Same goes for guitar. Master the basic chords before jumping into complex solos. Once you've got the essentials down, everything else becomes easier. And there's one powerful technique that can help you master these essentials faster by using active recall. Basically, instead of passively reviewing information, you actively test yourself. It's not a new concept, but it's incredibly useful, especially when you're preparing for an exam. Say you're trying to learn history. Instead of rereading the same paragraph about World War II for the 10th time, just close the book and try recalling what you just read. That forces your brain to work harder, which in turn strengthens your memory. Think of it like lifting weights. But for your brain, if you just stare at dumbbells, you're not going to get stronger. You're going to have to pick them up and actually do the work. But that doesn't mean you should start overloading your brain. Cramming may feel productive in the moment, but it's only a short-term solution. The spacing effect, on the other hand, is a long-term strategy. It's based on the principle that you retain information better when you spread your study sessions over time, ideally 30 to 60 minutes a day throughout the week if possible. Here's why. Every time you revisit a topic, your brain has to dig it out of storage. The more you do this, the stronger the connection becomes. It's like carving a path through the woods. The first time is rough and overgrown. But with every pass, the path becomes clearer and eventually easier to follow. So instead of studying for 6 hours straight, break it into 6 one-hour sessions spread across the week. Your brain and your sanity will thank you. As I mentioned earlier, you need to get your hands dirty or engage actively to learn something effectively. Remember the swimming analogy? This is where it really applies. If you want to accelerate your learning, you need to practice. But not just any kind of practice. You need deliberate practice. That means deliberately focusing on your weaknesses, not just coasting through what you already know. It's uncomfortable, sure, but that's where real growth happens. For example, if you're learning to draw, don't avoid the hard parts. Instead of sketching the same anime character 69 times, challenge yourself to draw something more difficult. Try hands, faces, perspectives, whatever you find most challenging. It'll be frustrating at first, but you'll improve much faster. This approach helps you grow quicker, even if it's uncomfortable. Another underrated method to learn faster is teaching. It might sound counterintuitive. I mean, how can you teach what you don't fully understand? That's exactly the point. When you teach, you're forced to organize your thoughts and explain clearly. This helps solidify your understanding and also reveals any gaps in your knowledge. Plus, if the person you're teaching asks questions, it pushes you to think critically and solve problems. You don't even need someone to watch you. Just set up your phone, record yourself, and pretend you're going to upload it to YouTube. Imagine hundreds or thousands of people watching your video. That mindset alone encourages deeper understanding. It's like that saying, you don't really know something until you can explain it to a 5-year-old. On top of that, Engaging other senses is a powerful learning tool. It helps you truly absorb and retain information. Your brain thrives on variety. The more senses involved in the learning process, the stronger the retention. Take learning Spanish, for example. Don't just read. Listen to native speakers. Watch Spanish content like YouTube videos or documentaries. Then write down new words and say them aloud. The mix of visual, auditory, and kinesthetic input builds stronger neural connections. It's like constructing a house. The more materials you use, the sturdier it becomes. And learning doesn't have to be boring. In fact, the more fun you have, the quicker you'll learn. Set small, achievable goals and reward yourself. Turn challenges into games. Compete with friends or use apps to track your progress. They might seem casual, but your brain thrives on dopamine when you hit a goal. Every time you achieve something big or small, it triggers that feel-good chemical. That motivation keeps you going. That's why, to maintain momentum, you should consider putting your phone on silent and closing unnecessary tabs to eliminate distractions. Multitasking might feel productive, but honestly, it's not. Your brain can only truly focus on one thing at a time. So instead of half reading a book while scrolling Instagram, try to give your full attention to what you're doing. But here's where we really need to begin with proper sleep and sufficient rest. Both are just as crucial as the effort you put in. Your brain needs time to process and consolidate information, and the best way to do that is through quality sleep. During sleep, your brain organizes everything you've learned, reinforcing connections and clearing out unnecessary information. So if you're pulling all-nighters to cram, you're actually setting yourself back. Taking regular breaks while studying can significantly improve productivity. Our brain is like a muscle. It needs time to recover after intense use. And since we're on the topic, let's talk about mindset. If you think you're bad at learning, you're naturally going to struggle. But adopting a growth mindset, the belief that you can improve through effort, can lead to incredible achievements. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," try saying, "I can't do this yet." That single word makes a massive difference. It shifts your mindset from failure to possibility, and most importantly, helps you enjoy the journey. Because at the end of the day, learning isn't just about picking up new skills, it's about growing as a person. And honestly, that's a pretty simple concept to embrace.